Hello, everybody. Welcome to Watching Sports Live with the King Source. We got the Yankees and Athletics. Just a second. Let me get this shared out. We'll get into it. The Yankees are playing pretty well. Nobody expected them to do as well as they have with this last stretch. So, yeah. I projected 10-3 myself. And we all know that no-hitter was rigged. And believe me or not, I think the Yankees bat hitters might have been in on it. Because I watched those at bats and they weren't even trying it. Every pitch is up in the middle of the zone. How odd is that one? So, I do think Yankees win tonight. The A's hitters are that bad. The pitching is okay, but they haven't really faced a team like the Yankees. So, no, yes. Also, more of my information being confirmed by the day. Don't know how many of you are noticing this. It's making me laugh hysterically. Almost everything I have put out is being confirmed by other reporters. Big Time Pirates reporter says, yes, the Yankees are the favorites for Brian Reynolds. Now, who said that months ago? Me. So that was kind of funny. Gets the lineups and the pitching matchup for tonight. I believe it's Frankie Montes on the mound. Yes, the Yankees are going to get a pitcher. Ken Rosenthal. Confirm that. I mentioned that months ago. The Yankees go get a starter. It's going to happen. I think, personally, it'll be Luis Castillo. He makes the most sense based off current trade packages and that kind of thing. So, yeah. I think they'll get Luis Castillo. It'll be pretty easy. I can see the Yankees trade deadline. Just a second. Being Reynolds and Castillo and a reliever. I really could. Just need to share this one more spot here. We'll be good to go. Sweet. And I've been meaning to do a lot more videos. I've just been in so much physical pain from my dental issues to a few other things. I just haven't been able to. But we're on today. Hope everybody enjoys it. YouTube Baby Jane. Not sure who that is, but let's go ahead and check out the lineups and the pitching matchup. So it is Blackburn for the A's today. He has a 2.97 ERA, but a record of 6-3. Pretty good right-hander. Struggles with left-handed hitters, so Wizzo will be huge today. Carpenter was in the lineup. I don't think he is, though. I think he was left out of the lineup. And DJ LeMay is not going to play this whole series. He's got the ankle sprain, so don't expect to see him. So for the A's, it is Blackburn. Of course, for the Yankees, Jordan Montgomery, the southpaw, who has always pitched well against Oakland A's. Pinder Bethancourt, Bethancourt, the former catcher, played for the Christian Bethancourt, the Rays' former catcher. Yeah, he's the first baseman for the A's. That's how bad they are. Laureano's in right field now. Who's the center fielder? Oh, Pash. Sean Murphy, Andrus, Noose, Pash, Allen, Tony Kemp. There's just not a lot in there. Kyrie will be staying with the Nets, by the way. That was just given to me. I'll go ahead and drop that because we'll have a lot of Nets fans in this. He is staying with the Nets. I'm pulling up what my source told me. He's exercised his option. So let me drop this. And it is basketball off-season time, so I'm going to be dropping some stuff there as I get it. What the crap was that? I believed he was bluffing the whole time and that KD would be the one that would get the boot. We'll see. And I could see a Donovan Mitchell for KD trade. Kind of makes some sense. Alrighty, so the lineup for the Yankees And I was right. And IKF not playing either with his injury. I don't know why Jose Peraza, not Jose Peraza, the other one, Oswald Peraza isn't up. But LeMahieu leading off, then Judge second. Of course, Judge center field again. He's the Yankee center fielder, the best center fielder in baseball. Just saying. Rizzo at first base third. Stanton DHing fourth. Donaldson at third base. He'll be at third base for next week while, what's his name, Torres works his way back. Sixth is Hicks. It's way too high for Hicks. I'd swap him and Gonzalez if it were me. Torino seventh, Gonzalez eighth, Gallo ninth. I'd swap Hicks and Gonzalez if it were me. So they got many lefties as they really could, unless they were going to get, what's his name, into the lineup. Carpenter. There we go. So there's your lineups. We are approaching. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them. You can break them down. Let's see here. How about Vinny Pasquantino? He is going to be playing for the Royals. It's a big guy. He's 6'5", 240. First baseman. Pretty good defender. But that bat is what the Royals hope it explodes. So Vinny Pasquantino. That should make Pete Simonetti happy. He likes these Italians. How about my favorite hockey team, the Colorado Avalanche, winning the Stanley Cup? My other two favorite teams are the Hurricanes and the Rangers, New York Rangers. I like more teams in hockey than most. Just saying. So getting near, very near game time. About 10 minutes away. Go ahead and drop questions. ESPN said only Lakers and Kyrie sign and trade. The Nets were not interested in what they had, so. Yeah, Adrian Wojnarowski confirms. KD now expected to get traded. We'll see what happens there. And again, I could see Mitchell for KD. The contract's about match up. I'm going to drop another bit of information here per source. The Fakers, I call them, LA Lakers, are 100% interested in point guard John Wall, should he complete the buyout deal. I do have to mention that other teams aren't interested in him. I'm not going to put that in the tweet, but there's 4 or 5 other teams after him. So Elon Musk has surpassed 100 million followers on Twitter. He owns Twitter, so he should. I wonder if he has any bots, and if he does, it's not his fault. It'd be Twitter setting that up. Trust me. Alrighty. Remember to like and share the video out. Subscribe to the channel. Helps everybody out. Okay, just a second. There we go. Get my pinned message on there. Alrighty, it's a few minutes away from game time. You haven't got to the Yes Network pregame coach. You should not hear that. Everything muted but my mic. So you should be hearing me, but nothing else. So we're going to be doing the Yankees and A's game once it gets going. A's trade targets. Let's talk about that for a second. They have a few that are going to be drawing interest. Frankie Montez is one of them. Blackburn on the mound today is another one. Another keep an eye on is Sean Murphy. Maybe Ramon Laureano. Look at the other pitchers. Mole, lefty at 2.45 ERA. AJ Puck, 2.12 ERA. Now let me kind of keep an eye on there. So I do have a few other pitchers beside Frankie Montez. James Caprilli just imploded, I should say, better word for it. This year, 5.88 ERA, just sad there. The A's have a couple of them. Yankees going to be looking at, of course, Brian Reynolds. Juan Soto, he's not expected to move till the offseason. He's expected to move, and he wants to be a Yankee. Of course, Luis Castillo. What's his name? There's another big-time starter out there. Besides Frankie Montez and Luis Castillo, Yankees are connected to. I cannot remember his name for some reason. Kyle Hendricks. There it is. The Cubs righty. And also Contreras. Yankees would love to get. Happ. The Yankees love to get. So, yeah. Let's check in. I never expect Kyrie Irving to leave the Nets. I always figured it would be KD would leave if anybody did. The Hornets are not currently offering Miles Bridges a max contract. That can come back to bite him in the butt. See. Surprised the pregame coverage yes hasn't started. Who could the Yankees trade? Let's discuss that one for a second. I have been told for the last 2 months the Yankees will trade Gallo, but only if they get the right offer and in a package for a guy like a Luis Castillo, a Brian Reynolds, Frankie Montes type. So there's a chance on that one. The Cubs are interested in Gallo. Pirates are interested in Gallo. So there's some teams that think they can fix him. Kyle Gashioka, Yankees got Contreras. He will be gone in that trade. They might trade him anyways and bring up Ben Rutherford. I'm excited to see a lefty bat with a lot of power. Torres, potential to be traded. I don't care what they say. Anthony Volpe, definitely. It is Volpe. There's no Volpe or E on the sound on it. It is Volpe. He's potential. Oswald Peraza, potential. Everson Pereira, big time potential to be traded there. So, just did the ceremony first pitch. I'm still waiting for coverage to start. Saw something funny. Home runs this season. Athletics season 51. Yankees in just June, 52. That's pace for well over 300 runs. So, Kevin Looney expects to save Golden State Warriors a multi-year deal. Yeah, Golden State keeps cheating to keep players. They're $80 million over the cap. They're going to re-sign him. That's against league rules. The Royals have acquired Wyatt Mills and William Fleming from the Seattle Mariners in exchange for Carlos Santana and cash considerations. So Carlos Santana traded to make room for you-know-who. The big Italian they just brought up. That is retweeted, so you can go see that. There's the coverage. Keys for the game for the Yankees: score early, get a lead early. A's aren't coming back. So the A's somehow get 8 scoreless out of your starter.
You're in the Yankees dugout. You're thinking, we have to do something. We have to stop this.
And that puts more pressure on you. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. That one's driven deep.
Yeah, Stanton was fed up with the cheating, so he unloaded on it. Pretty funny to watch.
3-1 Astros lead.
Everybody take a deep breath, right?
Driven deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. That woke up the Bronx. The game is tied at 3. Well, now Judge has a chance to win it. That one's drilled deep to left field. Going back, Diaz looking up. See ya. The Yankees go from no hit to no way is this happening again.
Yeah, Judge hit a rock. It didn't know it got out. It was kind of funny.
And the Yankees split 4 with the Astros.
Where does that confidence, that quiet confidence come from this team?
Oh, when you're the best player on the team, how can you not?
If there's any questions, feel free to ask questions anytime. That is very true, Justin. KC's about to have a fire sale. Be ready for that. I have heard Benintendi, Whit Merrifield, Hunter Dozier. They just got rid of Santana. I've heard a couple pitchers. So kind of keep an eye on them. Even Zach Greinke's potential.
Fans filing in, somewhat overcast, and it is
Yep. I predict for the season, A's will be 100-loss team, Yankees 100-win team. They're both headed directly there.
It's the New York Yankees against the Oakland Athletics in the first game.
Yeah, they got Langeliers. That's why they can get rid of Murphy. They have his replacement. Hi, Kyle. Tyler Mahle, definite trade possibility. I hate listening to Carlos Beltran. She's got to make her appearance. Yeah, she might be pregnant. She got outplayed with the Tomcats. We'll see, huh?
Yeah, you talk about a special player doing special things this year for the Yankee. I mean, Aaron Judge having a AL MVP season.
Yeah, Beltran, its voice, the way he talks, it's just painful. Painful. Cameron Maben as well. I think they've been flops and need to be dropped, if you ask me. I'm going to turn this down just in case you can hear it. There we go. Aaron Judge, 3 walk-off hits this year. Had 1 his career before this year. He's your runaway AL MVP. I'm telling you.
No hit to win the game, and then you see him doing his best gritty impression, having fun, big smile. This guy has
Making
been
up the image,
outstanding this year, showing his athleticism off, doing so many different things for the Yankees.
All right, so the first Yankee with 2 walk-off hits in one series since Brett Gardner did it back in 2017. 2 walk-off home runs this season. First Yankee to do that since Russell Martin did it in 2012.
By the way, Judge is on much better pace than Roger Maris was here. He hit 61. Keep an eye on that.
The Yankees had some series against the Astros, but they also suffered a couple of injuries. How serious are those injuries? Well, Justin Shackle has some information when we get back on Yes.
I found grapes for 98 cents a pound. First time in about 3 years today, so I grabbed some. Green grapes. I had red grapes too, but I went with the green. I like them a little better than red.
You may be thinking of really tiny cars, and you'd be really, really wrong. The Ram 1500, exceeding expectations. Again. No wonder.
I was going to do a few minutes ago. Do it now.
Every dollar counts these days, so take advantage of this great offer during the Ram 4th of July sales event.
There we go.
This is one heck of a
Let's pull up Gumby's game log. You see if the A's have ever beat him. I'm not sure they have. I'll have to go back a year. I haven't faced him this year. Well, this is his 6th year for Gumby.
My favorite memories in the house, like
The A's beat the Yankees in a Gumby start, but Gumby was 6 scoreless, so he did not get a loss. So they did not beat Gumby that time, not that time.
yeah, sometimes Nevaeh hides so good that she falls asleep because they can't find her.
When it's time to get back in the game, Lysol Pro Solutions is one step ahead, helping to protect the businesses that we depend on. Backed by training and protocols proven to disinfect common surfaces, ensuring they're well equipped.
So this will only be the 3rd time.
And keeping these businesses in the
4th
game.
time
Imagine what Lysol
he's
Pro
faced the A's,
Solutions
and
can do.
he's 2-0 all time against them.
A trusted standard
An
for
ERA
protection.
under 2, so
Major League Baseball.
he pretty much owns the A's.
We always believe the welcome.
Well, let's here keep an eye on his Red Sox Blue Jays. That'll be a fun one to watch. Just saying. Going great, amazing. Remember that girl last Halloween party? Beautiful blonde girl? Finally taking her on a date this week, and she seems very excited. Yes. 8 months of hard work finally paying off. So life's going great. If only I could get rid of the tooth pain up here, the nerve took damage from the burns. That's why I'm still in pain, I found out. I've got nerve damage. Until that heals, I'm going to be in pain. Who knows how long it'll be.
Not such a big deal, but he did have an MRI on his wrist that's kind of just been bugging him a little bit lately.
Well, wrist injury, trying to throw, that can throw you off.
Really good. Had a little
They should put IKF on the IL, just bring up Peraza, put him at shortstop.
I'll probably knock him out for today and tomorrow, swinging a bat wise anyway. But
So if Torres plays this season, will be game 3. And yeah, thanks, Kyle.
Who left yesterday's game after hitting his finger on a bunt attempt. An MRI came back clean. Boone says it's just a bruise on the nail for IKF. The shortstop told me that he is available to play off the bench tonight. Coming up next year on Yes, it is
That's good news on IKF.
opener between the Yankees and the Oakland A's. First pitch with Michael Kay and Cameron.
They thought it was a wrist, but turned out to be a bruised finger on him. So that's a much better news than just a wrist. First pitch coming up. We should have first pitch 2 minutes ago. How the crap did these professional sports games always start minutes? Not as many as 10 minutes after scheduled start time. That always drives me nuts.
This is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first. It's their first
Hey,
in franchise history.
what's that? Man, pitcher Justin Lang.
The multiverse.
Return for Luke White
74 degrees and
from the Padres for the FCL Yankees afternoon. 5-inning pitch, 1 run, 1 hit, 7 Ks.
80% the wind
So he's looking good.
out of the south-southwest at 3 miles per hour. Oh, we're waiting.
People were asking, should the Yankees make a move the trade deadline? Yes, but they need to be specific moves.
Yankees just came off a high-intensity 4-game set against a team they might meet in the ALCS. Is there a possibility of a letdown against a team that comes in with the worst record in baseball?
You know, with the way the Yankees have been playing this year, the one thing that's been impressive is they haven't played down to the competition expectation when they played the teams that are at the bottom. At the
Yeah,
bottom
the
of
Yankees
barrel
beat the
in the
crap
league.
out of the lower
I'm
teams.
expecting them to be real aware of that, the emotional high that they're coming off of, and I'm hoping that they show they're energetic and going to find a way to be ready to play behind Monty today.
And the Yankees take the field and the backup Cam's point.
Holy cow, not close to live. How did that happen?
Baseball.
There we
Check
go.
out the A's starting lineup brought to you by TikTok.
Caught up.
Chad Pinder, the DH, will lead off. Christian Bethencourt,
AJ Puck once done a starter even just 2 years ago. Why is he in the pen now for the A's? It's a little weird.
Sean Murphy will catch.
Domingo Acevedo, another one. Former Yankee. I think he was in a trade. Let's see how much really got for him, though.
Batting seventh, playing center field, Christian Pache. Nick Allen at
It's
center
not
field.
Pache, it's Patch.
Batting ninth. Guys,
Even he said it's Patch, not Pache.
The left fielder, Tony Kemp. And they're going to face the Yankee left-hander. Jordan Montgomery will take a look at the numbers on Jordan. This will be his 15th start.
And Jordan Montgomery, 2-0 all time against the A's. Yankees lost 2 of his starts, but that was after he left the game. So he is 2-0 personally with the ERA under 2.
229 against him. Cam, it's time now for pitcher scatter report.
Yeah, Jordan Montgomery, the big lefty, home sweet home. I mean, 6 straight starts with 2 runs or fewer at
Is
home.
Maven?
I know he's excited to be back here in his home park.
Sounds like Maven.
The cutter resurgence. He brought it back over the last 6 starts after he didn't throw it at all in his first 8 outings. So look forward to seeing that cutter along with that curveball and under the radar. We talk about Garrett Cole. We know what amazing story Nestor Cortez has been. We continue to talk about the healthy Luis Severino. But under the radar goes Jordan Montgomery, 10th in ERA in AL, 4th in walk rate, 8th in ground ball rate, and by the way, he leads baseball in the fewest pitches per inning. So
Yeah, Gubby does, which is a surprise because he wasn't even near the top last year, top of that list.
Let's take a look at the defense behind him. It's brought to you by
I like 10-1. I think he can put up 15 plus against the A's. That's how bad their pitching is. Tomorrow against Frankie Montez, not so much.
Joey Gallo plays right in the infield. It's Donaldson at third. Marwin Gonzalez filling in for the banged up.
Yeah, Marwin Gonzalez at shortstop again.
And then you've got DJ LeMahieu at second. Anthony Rizzo over first. Jose Trevino behind the plate, catching Montgomery. Starting now
That's
the
good.
Kia. Keys to the game brought to you by your local Kia.
I did go to the ballpark today, and I swung the bat pretty well. First time in a week, and I swung the bat pretty well. It's him launching the ball both sides of the plate. At first, felt a little weird. Then once I got to go, and it was awesome.
Woken up and back alive and taking advantage of that.
Plan to go back tomorrow if I can.
4th in strikeouts tied for the worst record in baseball.
Remember, I gotta do something.
As you said, Michael, coming off an extremely emotional high
Bear with me,
series,
I forgot to
they
do
have
this.
come out with energy, strike
Oh,
first,
dang it.
and be ready to go.
First pitch is a strike, and we are underway.
That's important. Getting ahead early in
Yankees
counts.
against the Athletics here on a Monday night from Yankee Stadium. Defense straight away for Pinder. Now we'll try to give you a scatter report on the umpires and also on the A's. First, let's take a look at the umpire, Manny Gonzalez. He's neutral, which is good. More high strikes on left-handed batters. He calls fewer inside strikes on
Bear
those
with
same
me.
batters. He's in his 13th Major League season. Now the scouting report on the A's, well, it's a rough season. That's putting it nicely. They don't score. They don't hit home runs. They're not a great
Okay,
fielding
that's
team.
working.
The pitching is not
Well, to the
bad.
Pinder and
That's probably
Gumby get the
strength of
K.
team. There's a lot of youth in the bullpen, but you are not going to see the A's put up a lot of crooked numbers. That's just not how they're built.
They'll score 3-4 runs max a game. Just not a good offensive team.
The 1-2 swing. and a
Struck
miss.
him out.
One away.
I called that.
And that's a good
Check
start
on
right
this.
there for Jordan Montgomery. Quick at bat, pounding the zone. This is what he's done well. 2-seamer, you see that with some late run. Chad Pinder swinging over the top of that. It's a nice sight for the first out of the game by Jordan Montgomery.
And here's Bethencourt.
Yeah, this is the former Braves catcher playing first base for the A's. 242 average, 4 months, bad. 18 RBIs, 606 OPS. Just okay.
45 and 49. And they've lost 6 of their last 9 and 20 of their last 24. But they did just take
Okay,
2
that
in a row
is
from
complete.
Kansas City. They took
And
2
this thing
out
to worry
of 3
about.
at Kaufman Stadium
1-0
against the
pitch
Royals.
to Bethencourt.
Swing and a miss.
There was also Uneski Bethencourt,
You know,
and
watching
I
this
don't know
young
what happened
man
with him.
At the plate right now, Christian Bethencourt, it's incredible, to see what he's doing. This is a young man when I was with the San Diego Padres. He was a top prospect as a catcher in his organization. quite swing the bat well. Had an
Braves wanted a lot more offense out of him.
Actually put him on the mound
He's
for
still
a
not
bit
putting it up
this
with
year,
the A's.
he actually logged some innings in the
That's
big
low.
leagues.
Gumby's missing a
Really
bit
strong arm. Now to
much.
see him packing the lineup, hitting. I mean, it just tells you what type of
Yeah, scheduled game time is 7:05. They started at 7:10.
Still trying to figure out what best suits him.
I don't know why they do that.
He's in the big leagues for the first time since 2017, so that tells you the stick-to-itiveness of him. He's 30 years old.
That's low again. Why?
3-1.
The A's aren't going to hit you. You have no reason to fall behind any of them. Highest average on the team is just 242.
Played for the Braves, the
I wouldn't
Padres.
be surprised if Yankees shut him out all 3 games, just being honest.
Yankees had him play.
Nice bounce.
Room service hot for LeMahieu.
Yeah, I hit the mound bounce right to DJ LeMahieu, about shoulder height. I just go, wait, and then caught it. Didn't have to move. That was a nice bounce. You don't get those very often.
Now, one thing that the A's do, you want to keep them off the bases because they steal bases. And they steal bases at an 81.8% success clip. 45 bases in 55 attempts. That's very good. So they'll run. Here's
There's
Laureano.
Laureano.
Laureano loves to hit left-handed pitching. A 325 hitter against Southpaws. 13 for 40.
Look on their bench, and it's even worse on the bench. Lowry, Vogt, both under 200. So A's just don't have bats.
He missed the first month of this season as he finished an 80-game PED suspension that started.
It's a known peg user, and by the way, he works out with several Astros, Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Rays players. Keep that in mind. And 1-2 chance in this inning. A very equitable 11 pitches. That would be a 13th pitch was on this pitch. I think of the 15 pitches is equitable.
But as his batters came around the last few seasons, really making some adjustments, some really good adjustments at the plate, and swinging a much better bat for the Oakland A's.
No OPS over 700 for the A's either. So it's just not a good team. By the way, the Red Sox schedule last month in this big one, the strength of schedule is under 400. That tells you how bad the Red Sox actually are. And that was just a terrible pitch there. Not even tempting to swing it out.
The A's seem to be trading all of their stars, and the Marlins have been pushing hard to get him. The 2-2. Grounded foul.
Foul ball. That did not look fair off the bat.
Kotze had an idea what he was getting into when we
Mean ball girls picked up the ball, put it in the bucket underneath her.
Somebody who's as competitive as Kotze is to be going through this, knowing they are in a rebuilding. You never know how.
I have not seen Canelo.
Going to take, so he's definitely going to have some patience and.
My tracker is active.
With these guys and try to
My game tracker. I track a bunch of weird stats that big websites don't track. You can see that. I should update that here. That's popped up. It's a perfect first if Rizzo gets to it. Gallo gets to it. Gallo could be huge if you get a hold of one. Against this pitcher struggles against right or left-handed hitting, I should say. My tracker is up and ready to be edited. And I have not edited. What I do is, at the beginning of each series, I show what the projected record is for the series, and I'll fix it at the end. This one said by the end of Wednesday, Yankees be 65-11 without the rigging. They're 53-20 right now. They can still get to 56-20. So not far off.
Pluto. Jill from IT is worried about Pluto.
Just fix some things. No walks yet in this game.
Because she's implemented
none in this current. Hold on to this current game. So the Yankees have scored it 29 times out of the 44 times below the bases. At least one run. So very high percentage there.
Jill has time to worry about other things, like maybe it's time to give.
Yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Just go ahead, drop a subscribe, share it out. This is a building business. I restarted full force back in January, and we're doing great.
Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first. It's there.
And once my mouth issues clear up, I'll be putting up a lot more videos and such. I plan to do more series of baseball rules, explain baseball rule videos. What I'll do is on the screen, you'll actually see the rule, then I'll explain it, break it down on that.
Giancarlo Stanton. Josh Donaldson at third base will bat fifth. Batting sixth, playing left field, Aaron
If I
Hicks.
could find a video of the rule
Trevino
on display, I'd do it.
bat seventh.
I don't know if I
Batting
can,
eighth, right
though.
shortstop Marwin Gonzalez and Joey Gallows in right field.
By the way, the projection
Told you the
with
pitching
Chapman
is not
coming
that
back
bad. This guy's really good. This is his 15th
right
start.
now,
You see his numbers, very, very strong.
it's kind of hard to do.
That has
I've
the
heard
worst
two different
record in
pitchers
baseball
projected.
with a 2.97 ERA.
Let's go take a look at the
Let's have some
bullpen.
wisdom on Mr. Blackburn.
Yeah, Paul Blackburn having a
Because
good season on a
Lukey
pretty bad
and
team.
Benuelos have an
Top
option,
10
and 3 righties have an option. So it's hard to say
ground ball rate,
on that one.
homers per 9 and
Chapman will be back by the end of this series. Just in his last rehab start, well, outing, we'll call it for a reliever, yesterday.
Sinker, curveball, cutter, change, and a four-seamer and a slider. So he throws
I'll never know how a pitcher has a great curveball or slider because the stress that puts on the elbow, you should blow your elbow out. Just learning that.
Batters hitting 109 against that with 0 homers.
So DJ LeMahieu.
DJ LeMahieu set to lead off.
53 and 28, his best record in baseball. And there were 3 homers hit in yesterday's game for the Yankees. So the first one is going to be noticed because it was the first hit in 16 innings. A stand home run into Monument Park. Then the last one, well, that won the game. The 3-run home run
He
walk-off
just
by
walked in.
Judge. But
So 0-1 to DJ.
LeMahieu's home run was gigantic. The 2-run blast.
And that is hold, but somehow does not get through the hole when that should have. Fishy.
Check out the A's defense brought to you by your local tri-state GMC dealers. Tony Kemp is in
No Gold Glovers out there. Yankees have about 6 of them.
He's in
A's have
center,
none.
And Ramon Laureano can go get it. He's over right. Noisy, Andrus, Allen, and
It's
Henry
Neuse.
third to first.
So I'm butchering that
Birdie,
name.
Catcher behind the plate. Good framer. Paul Blackburn is on the mound.
By the way, they're going to be outline catcher framing, so that's not going to matter much.
So here's Aaron Judge.
Here's Judge. Baseball leading 28 home runs. He's at 294 average, 56 ribbies, second in bigs, and a 1,013 OPS.
What a series against the Astros. Foul back.
He hit 2 walk-off home runs. Or hits. The other was a double, excuse
Yeah,
me.
it seemed like right before that Tampa series, he was a little quiet, and you saw him swinging the bat well after a much.
14 and 20 home runs have tied the game, giving the Yankees the lead, so he's hit some big ones.
Right over into the Astros series, so it's impressive to see how good he's been, how he's been able to stay away from those long.
Somebody in his organization says Laureano is not a U.S. citizen, his visa expired, and he is still giving pets to the Red Sox and Blue Jays. Do not surprise me, no pet user. No 2 to Judge. Way outside. Good 6-8 inches outside.
Now, on the field after the game, Meredith Maragovitz interviewed Aaron Judge. Now, you were on his team. I've known him since he's come up. He's one of the most humble dudes you can ever meet. 6'7" kind of gentle giant. Never talks big about himself at all. And then he said something on the field that people just looked at everybody. Did he just say that? As he goes
That's a mile low, and Judge is screwed out on strikes again. Unbelievable.
He wasn't accessible today before the game. I think he said when you're the best player on the team. And I really truly believe, Cam, that he meant when you're the best team on the planet. I think he had the words mixed up, but I got to check it out because you know him, Cam. He would not say he might be the best player on the team.
Well, I will not disagree to say he's not the best player on this team, maybe the best player in the game right now. But AJ, Aaron Judge, one of the most humble guys in this game. I think he was caught up in the moment. Like we said, an extremely draining series, an extremely emotional series. And I think he just, like you said, got his words a little
Luis Severino will pitch that one game in Houston on Thursday. It's one of the 3 makeup games against Houston.
Talks about
Here's Big
how
Riz.
the team win, how somebody else did something to give him an opportunity to come up. So I think that was one of those things where he was just caught up in the moment, and his words got a little tangled up.
Rizzo's looking for a hit. He's 0 for his last 26, very quietly.
That's literally impossible for a veteran like Rizzo. And that's over. Tony ain't no phony. 1-0 Yankees. Yankees only see baseball multi players 20+ home runs. He was very excited of the new Italian first baseman with the Royals.
Like he was getting things that started to fall for him. Well, you don't have to worry about those falling when they go out of the park. A beautiful swing, a beautiful stroke from Anthony Rizzo.
To drop some of those stats I track, when the Yankees score first, they are 36-3. When they hit a run, they are 44-9. That's the Yankees' 121st home run.
Swing behind the baseball. You know he's a guy who gets on top
2
of
straight
the
games with a home run as well.
in there so beautifully to get the barrel to that baseball. Ramon Liriano, we've seen make some great plays, not able to bring that one back. So huge swing, big start for the Yankees.
Whoa, that was Stan said. Some great curveball.
But as I was talking about a second ago, Michael, I stopped by Anthony's locker today and
I'm going to save that one. I'm not checking out in the park.
I just need something to fall. He felt like he was swinging the bat well. Felt like he just, wasn't getting those balls to fall and find grass. So that's a welcome sight for him.
Snaps over 19 drought.
And that's how
Moves
you,
the
you know,
batting
get yourself
average
that going right there.
to
With a nice
224.
swing on a tough pitch to get
Here's
to.
Stanton. He's homered twice last 3 games.
0 hits in 26
3 times last week. So Stanton's starting to get it going.
during that, and he was hitless
The Yankees
in
can pull off a rare
19
feat of 3
at-bats.
players
So
20
he
runs by the
was
All-Star break as
all
Stanton
those
gets there.
numbers
He's
now
not very
with that
far
home run.
away.
Take a look at this from the side. Look at his balance, foot down, firm front leg. Look at the backside and his back leg. Explosive hips with the bottom hand, letting the hands just kind of be along for the ride. You see him pull those hands in just so beautifully. That's a typical Anthony Rizzo swing right there.
There's a strike to Stanton.
So 2-1 now on Stanton. And that was a pitch. You swing it, you're going to hit the top and ground out. So Stanton to 17 home runs. He could easily hit 3 by the All-Star break. I'd actually be surprised if he doesn't. Pretty good thread monster Yankees lineup. Judge, Rizzo, Stanton. Managed to take a Brian Reynolds, put him on Stanton. And Stanton misses a hanger of hangers. I've seen the same issue with Stanton. I see with Gallo a lot, where as he swings, he drops down with the legs and loses inches and just can't hit the ball.
I know Paul Blackburn knows he's got away with 2 pitches to Stanton right there. I don't know if he's going to continue to miss in the middle of the plate during this game against this team.
Why is he taking that?
Stanton down looking.
Terrible take.
But everyone
Stanton.
was looking at this long fly ball. Hitless in his last 19 at-bats, 26 plate appearances, but that all ended with that swing. And when it landed,
There were 7 walks in there, by the way.
A's nothing.
1-0 Yankees. Off to a good start.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen in. You know that, right?
Kevin, you can use your phone. What? Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM. What?
The Judge was the first big Yankees teammates. He did 20 best runs to the team's first 74 games since Granderson to Shara way back into 2011. It's right, A-Rod's not involved in that.
Repeat after me. Computer screen off. Happy hour on. One of the best parts about being an adult is we get to call this networking.
And Rizzo's on pace to demolish his career high in home runs, by the way.
Needed more space. That was
Just an FYI of that one.
change in our family because they have so much space to run around now. Well, not her yet, but him.
When it's time to get back in the game, Lysol Pro Solutions is one step ahead, helping to protect the businesses that we depend on.
And if you haven't noticed, my information keeps getting confirmed. Just saying.
Ensuring they're well equipped in the fight against germs. In keeping these businesses in the game, imagine what Lysol Pro Solutions can do for yours. Because there's only one true Lysol, a trusted standard for protection. Proud
Excuse me.
partner, Major League Baseball.
This is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first.
Highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more for your New York Yankees. A 1-0 Yankees on the Rizzo home run. You've been
Put
seeing
something in my
Rizzo
calendar.
crazy since spring training.
Almost forgot. Going to do this hours ago.
Just being a teammate of his, a friend, having a good relationship. I've had the opportunity since he was 19 to just watch him work, to watch the time and energy that he puts in on his craft. You know, talking to him, I know that this isn't the season that he wants to have, even though he loves the damages being there. You know, when I talk to him, you know, he's still
One up and
reminding
down.
himself about how he's been swinging the bat. You know, he feels like he's swinging a good bat, but just hasn't had a lot of luck this year. And I have to agree. But even with that said, he's a guy that I knew, you know, when he put on that pinstripe uniform, he can handle the bat with the good. And that's the kind of guy you want in a clubhouse. You know, with an organization that only cares about winning. I thought he was the perfect guy. You know, people wanted Freddie Freeman and guys like that, who I think is an amazing first baseman, but I think this guy is made for the pinstripes. I really do.
So that home run was his 20th. Now he has 9 seasons with 20 or more. We're not even at the halfway point, and he does love hitting in this ballpark.
All right, I have reminders in my calendar.
So here's Andrus.
And he threw one low. Know why you're bouncing a pitch to a 220 hitter.
Well, he might not like his average, Cam, but you know, 20 and 50 is pretty good.
It is good, but you know, he's a guy who he cares about average. When guys, you know, in today's game,
That's good.
really only care
Brazil
about
does
OPS.
have that up by
He's a guy who
about
wants to
250
see
by the
hits
All-Star
fall.
break.
You know, he feels like there'll be a lot more
And
guys out there than did.
That's a nice play by Gallo.
The late
cutting
cheating
that
hit.
ball off in the gap and holding Andrus to a single.
He hit a pitch away. It's so far away, all you could do is foul it off. And Andrews had never been an oppo hitter.
Nice piece of hitting by Elvis Andrews, going with that two-seamer running away, and this is what Elvis has always been able to do so well, and that's cover the complete dish and use.
That's be even out there, he'd be hitting it up the middle. He wouldn't go the other way.
It's the reason why he's been doing this for such a long time.
2-3 starting to act up.
So here's Noisy.
No, it is not. It's Newsy. There's no way to get an O sound out of EU.
Oh, no.
Why do they butcher so many names so bad? It's News.
Let me give you some specifics on the A's offense. So they score 3.18 runs per game. Only the Tigers score fewer runs. They score 3 runs a game. So they're 29th, the A's, out of 30 teams. The batting average is 211.
Swing and a miss.
Worse than the majors.
Wow.
The base percentage is 270.
This is a terrible, terrible
The
offense.
slugging percent is 329, worse than the majors. Home runs 51, 29th. Detroit is last in home runs. And I got a stat that will open your eyes, Cam. The Yankees have 53 home runs in June.
54.
And the A's have 51 home runs.
We're not counting results today.
I'm not surprised. It really is an anemic, you know, offense, and you said it. This is why they steal bases a lot.
That was one of the worst pickoff moves I've ever seen.
Take off, try to get a jump.
So
They
telegraphed.
have to figure out a way to manufacture runs because they don't do it very well. Like you said, they don't hit the ball out of the ballpark. They don't feel the ball great. It's a lot of things that they struggle at, and that's never a recipe for success.
That's how bad the A's destroyed everything. They were the champion last year, and they destroyed everything. Or 2 years ago, whatever it was.
Tap toward first.
It's a foul ball.
You know, the one thing about being in, you know, the A's organization is, you know, this is a place you want to be if you're a young guy. You know, it's the doors open. Guys are going to get opportunities to play and come up and prove themselves. So, you know, if I was a young guy, I would be, you know, excited to have an opportunity to be there. Losing is never fun, but, you know, if you're a guy in that clubhouse, you definitely need to try to take.
Yeah, look like Brett Favre's in these dugout. Check the chat in a minute.
You're playing on a team this bad.
But you can't. You're gonna be getting another strikeout. There's 2 already. Give me 1 already.
One, two.
Popped up. I don't know how you make contact with that. That's going to possibly far too. Yikes. Okay. 1-0 Yankees tops 2. The Big Riz homer. Yeah. Looks like he could be big today coming in.
He's trying to recruit.
Who said the pitch truck was lefty pitching or hitting?
Even me. I saw him trying to recruit you.
Listen, 25
No,
wins
baseball.
on the season. I'm gonna stay right here up in the seat, Michael. I'm a lot happier right here.
What's
than
that
I
elephant
am
patch
those
on their
guys
shoulders?
that are
That's
down on the
weird.
field. I mean, when you lose like that, it makes the season extremely long. I'm telling you what. And I feel like the days go by fast when I'm with you, my friend. That means we're having a
God,
good
it's so
time.
nice. If he asked me tomorrow to be this bench coach, I'd be out like the handles on a truck.
That's the difference between you.
Pitch. Was in the zone but called the ball. One of those where hits it when it got to the plate but falls below it by the time it gets the catcher's glove.
And, they told Bob Melvin, who's one of the best managers in the game, exactly what they were going to do. And he still had years left on his contract, and he said, is it okay if I look for a job? And they said, yeah, sure. 3 days later, he signed with the Padres for a raise. And Kotsay gets his chance. And his bench coach is Brad Ausmus.
Catcher Matt Face, we call it from AAA. Matt Devidio for the Angels. Another injury there.
Yeah, especially when
they all missed you or Shelley. No, I do not. Not at all.
Putting a winner out on the field, getting the best out of his ball club.
2-0 count.
I'm happy that the A's allowed Bob to step back and go find a job that fit him more, because that Padres job, I think he was the right man to take over that team and that clubhouse.
2-0. Foul away.
2-1 on
The
Pache.
hanger,
One of the
Patch.
players that came over
It's jammed
from
himself.
Atlanta
Patch.
in the Matt Olson deal.
Yes, a guy they really, really liked on defense. Big prospect for the Braves. The bat just hasn't came around like they.
No, his bat has been suspiciously bad. I think 167.
He's going to continue to get opportunities here in Oakland.
Well, going into last season, he was number 7 on Baseball America's top 100 prospects list. That's how highly regarded he was. Runner goes.
Came over in the Minolta trade. I think he's out.
Not in time. Stolen base.
Ooh, he looked out. That tag looked on him.
Talk about the stolen base, Michael. There you go, Elvis Andrews. Always been a really good base stealer. You see him with a really
terrible
good
jump.
And this is off a lefty. And that's really not first read. That's just getting jumped, having an idea of what Jordan Montgomery is doing, going home, and you see not even close. Elvis getting in there easy under the tag.
So 3-1 count on Pache.
How do you go 3-1 against this 167 hitter?
Lined into center field, coming on.
Judge makes the catch, saves a run. How's a 167 hitter from that close to RBI hit? That's fishy. That's fishy. Maine's 1-0 Yankees. Yeah, the look of Judge's face after caught that was suspicious. Like, huh? And he had a hard time believing where that went.
We always believed the welcoming spirit was a small town thing. Turns out, we were wrong. Wherever Jim Beam is welcome.
Toronto up 1-0 on the Red Sox. Early on.
This is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first. It's their first no-hitter in franchise history. Java Joe, no-no.
When we first moved in, people in the neighborhood actually knock on the door with pastries and cake and welcome us to the neighborhood. It gives you the fuzzy warm feeling that you wanted that.
You feel like you made the right move.
Yeah.
Hotel art. Carla is worried about hotel art. Why hotel art?
I really like these ads.
Because she's implemented Citrix at work, so she no longer has to worry about sending files securely and collaborating with clients. With less to worry about at work, she has time to worry about other things, like the artist behind the art, who hurt them so beautifully, and have they finally filled a void in their heart?
Latte, please.
You just use your MasterCard. That's magnificent. It makes everything magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your
Powered by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. Buy Cadillac. Be bold and be yourself in a luxurious Cadillac.
Missing Rizzo? Yeah.
SUV.
Yeah.
Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. And buy the New York Lottery. Get out there and play.
Interesting stat that was shared there. Rizzo had 22 months last year, 20 this year. 200 less at bats this year. So.
From Philadelphia to Kansas City, now Oakland. And now the question mark is, will there be another city? Or will they be able to stay in Oakland and build a stadium?
It looks like they're getting the deal done in Oakland.
Josh Donaldson will lead off against Paul Blackburn.
Yeah, that's a good pitch to take a cut at, but he had missed it. Hammered down left field line on a rope. But pulled foul. Hope everybody got out of the way of that ball. That was a rocket.
So Jermaine Gonzalez, the home plate umpire.
Yeah, I didn't miss my up there out there. Gone on. It was a home run. I wasn't sure it was getting out. That's why.
Second, and CB Buckner.
I have a different mask than Buckner has on the plate there. Wherever that is on the plate. Mine's the old-fashioned kind. Not even close to the zone. And looks like he's going to ring him up for a second.
Games against the A's tomorrow night, then a 1 o'clock start on Wednesday. Then what was originally scheduled to be an off day, that's one of the makeup days for the games that were postponed at the beginning of the season. The Yankees will be in Houston to meet the Astros for 1 game. Then they'll go to Cleveland to play the Guardians for 3.
That'll be battle division winners. And I will not be live Friday, period. I'll be out with the girl I've been talking about.
You know, it gets a guy like Paul Blackburn, you know, coming into today. I was really thinking this might be one of those days you might see.
There's a girl that I met back in last Halloween. Finally got her on a date. And 2 straight, the same location. You expect to get a different result? Blackburn.
You might see Matt Carpenter, but
and I finally got her on a date. So excited. Thing is, she has not been going to the same
he is really strong
ward I go to within our church. She goes to Family Ward. I go to a singles ward. And that's why I wasn't seeing her. I didn't know that. But she showed up at the singles activity last Friday, so I jumped on it.
The 2-2.
Oh, a hanger, and Donaldson just hit the top of the ball, pounded in the ground.
Stay alive.
Same location when I was talking about Sam, where if he hit it, it'd go straight to the ground, just like that.
Well, here's Blackburn's arsenal.
Now, Blackburn has a chance to be a really good pitcher, potential ace with the 5-pitch thing, and he even has a 6 if he wants it. His cutter and slider, he can do a little bit differently to get two pitches out of him. Really a 5-pitch pitcher.
With that sinker, he does a really good job of running that sinker back door.
When I create a pitcher on the games, I'll go 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, slider or cutter, change up, and then some funky thing like a screwball, knuckleball, just for fun of it, forkball, something.
You know, he's really perfected that pitch. And
I always give him 5 pitches. If I give more, I would. You can't with video games, man. They cap at 5.
Worked the count full, and even when he's struggling,
First Yankee to have a full count today. Yeah, Donaldson seems to get on base even when he's struggling. I'll give him that.
Certainly takes notice of that.
Still batting to 26, which is higher than Rizzo, and Rizzo never considered struggling. Hammered foul again.
And you can see the frustration for Josh Donaldson right there on that swing. It's just one of those things, you know, you have quality at bats, and then you foul off good pitches that.
So another payoff pitch to Donaldson. This is a really good at bat to start this inning. He is letting Hicks, Trevino, Gonzalez, Gallo all get really good looks at this guy's pitches.
The frustration comes when you foul off good pitches to hit.
I'm of the personal belief that no pitcher should be started in the MLB unless he has 4 solidified pitches. Anything less should be a reliever. Because you cannot make an MLB without 4 of them. 3-2 pitch.
And the 3-2. And he worked a walk.
Same location, dude. Quit hitting that location. You're never getting a strike.
I'll bring up Hicks.
And that's a really quality at bat from Josh Donaldson right there. Grinding, making Blackburn throw pitches, getting that pitch count up, and then winning that at bat with a walk.
And handing over to Hicks, another guy who he draws walks.
Donaldson, as he is trying to get himself going against righties, quality at bat.
Now, Blackburn's performance so far this year has people talking about the right-hander being the A's representative in the All-Star game. You have to have a representative from each team. He could be the one. Upstairs. Frankie Montas. Also a possibility. We'll see him tomorrow night.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie. I mean, as we said, these guys have been one of the most consistent pieces of this Oakland Athletics baseball club. So, you know, he's definitely looking like a guy who would be a representative.
Anybody that says get vaccinated, wear a mask is straight up insane. This girl I'm going to be taking on a date Friday, hopefully start dating, believes the same.
Will they be here for the remainder of the year?
We always talk. Every time we were around each other, we'd always talk. Now I finally talked myself into asking her out, and she jumped on the chance. She jumped on
I
it.
asked somebody with the A's, not going to reveal who it was, and So who's the best player?
So 1-0. This guy's losing the strike zone. It's not a good idea with these hitters. Even Trevino's on deck is going to let you walk him if you're wild. Ooh. I thought that one was in the zone. This is the outside part of the zone. I thought that zone where it comes out the back into it. Or it was in it when it got there, then it was out. That one looked like it's in the zone to me.
Instead of that, you got to win right now. So it's going to take a little bit more energy and effort from those guys as well to get guys ready to play at this level.
To a pitch to Hicks. Does he? They're going to check it. Donaldson. He's not going anywhere. Donaldson steals a base because you're napping. You're asleep. Look at that. Matt Olson, Chapman, Marte, Canna, Chamonix, all gone. They're not even talking about the kid, the pitcher that went to Minnesota. Chris Paddock, I think was his name. Oh, he went to the Mets. And Hicks makes over the top one.
Chris Bassett.
Bassett, yes, Chris Bassett.
To Scherzer and DeGrom is essentially the #1 pitcher on the Mets, and he's done a great job. That's a lot of talent to send away.
And everybody you name is affecting their new ball clubs in a positive way too. So you lose production and it goes elsewhere and it shows up immediately. So you're seeing
So 2-1 pitch.
how that's hurting them right now.
A bunt. That stays fair. It's a base hit. And how did that kick foul? How did that kick foul? Yeah, Hicks, you got to be freaking kidding me. Use the other word. That was landing on the guy. Almost hit. Also, just jump foul. That momentum was dead.
He didn't have to be so perfect right there on that bunt. I think he just tried to be a little too perfect. The whole
That was dying. How did that kick foul?
It's a base hit. When that ball goes up, you're talking to it, hoping it catches that grass and just kind of sticks there, but not the case.
Great thinking from Hicks. That would have been an easy hit. That stays fair. He's easily at first, but they didn't even pick it up. So 2-2 to Hicks.
2-2.
And he takes strike 3. What the crap are you doing, Hicks? From a great idea. Almost perfect execution of that crap. Come on.
And this is a pitch that, if you're Aaron Hicks, there's nothing you can do with this pitch. I mean,
It's in the zone all the way.
You see Aaron give up on this pitch. It looks like he yanks this ball and then he just comes back.
As soon as I see that moving back towards the plate, I swing. That's what I do on that. As soon as I see that moving back, I hack at it.
It's a la Greg Maddux right there.
There's a reason I batted over 800 my senior year in high school.
Here's Jose Trevino. 3 hits in his last 26 at-bats.
Way outside. It's probably pretty impressed with the umpire. He has missed a few. They've been egregious. Plays that strikeout pitch to Judge. Yikes. So 1-0 to Trevino. Notice he's kind of taking a sneaky starting catcher.
Donaldson goes.
And that's foul back, and the play caught him napping. They stopped paying attention. That's why he took off. I think he's supposed to hit run as well. He has that swing. Look like Trevino's trying to poke it the other way.
Cam, that ball was fouled back and you turned the other way. So you're expecting me to protection? I don't think you were looking then.
I didn't even see it.
So you're dependent on me.
I trust you, my guy.
Have you seen me?
I trust you. You've got a lot of ball here over the past few weeks, though. So
all right.
I trust you now.
1-1 pitch coming.
1-1 on Trevino.
We are now 3 for 3 on winning lawsuits this year. Why aren't you ripping that one, Trevino, you idiot?
1 and 2.
Collected $2,800 in winnings. These are my 3 small ones. I'm up to $2,800 winnings. I have another small one, and then the big one is probably 6 digits.
Those are the things that the Yankees are doing this year.
I'm not going to say what it is because you already know. I've been talking about it.
Finding and figuring out ways to put runs on the board, and that's what makes this offense so balanced.
Another foul ball. He should have a 3-1 count at worst right now. Just being honest.
Blackburn is
Talk about the source of
one
information.
of those pitchers that's affected by a pitch clock. He really takes his time.
Pitch. I've been noticing that. He takes forever.
Swing and a miss.
Now Trevino strikes himself out. Brain dead at bat there. There's Marwin, who has 2 home runs on the year. Only home by Yankee shortstop this year, too.
You can see the knuckle curve right here. He's had so much success with this pitch. It's your traditional 12-6. I mean, just dropping off the table right here. And Jose Trevino swinging right over the top of that pitch. That's just a nasty curveball. Nasty pitch for a big out.
Today at the park, I had this little kid pitch to me. He's like 8. That's a pretty good arm for a Little League mound. I was still launching him. He was laughing. He loved it. Down the right field line. That's a fair ball. That's a fair ball. That's going to be a double for Marwin. Second and third, 2 down for Gallo. Gallo can do some major damage.
Whenever you break wood, Michael, you hope it goes down to hero. And this one does right here. You see this cutter getting in on the hands of Marvin Gonzalez, but doing a great job of keeping.
Not a good cutter. Runs it down the right field line like that. In Oakland, that's an easy run.
Keeping Donaldson at third with a big hit with 2 outs. Getting that pitch count up for Blackburn. Joey Gallo with an opportunity right here to put 2 more runs across for the Yankees.
What I'm talking about.
So big spot for Gallo. 3 hits in his last 37 at bats, hitting 173, 9 homers and 18 runs batted in.
It's because he had got hot over 400 by 21 games, and then went away from his adjustments. If he goes back to his adjustments, where he wasn't taking a full power swing a lot, he was just getting the bat on the ball and letting it fly, and he'll get a lot more hits. Ooh, I'm glad he didn't swing at that. That's fouled off for an easy out every time.
Interested to see how Blackburn will pitch. Joey right here, you see him starting him off with the breaking ball. He's had a lot of trouble with fastballs at the top of the zone.
Itchy nose.
You know, a guy like Blackburn with a lot of command, he's getting ahead.
Oh, one
You're gonna see
pitch.
if he goes with that 4-seam or continues to work that 2-seam to the 1.5.
Bounced foul. Good cut at a hanger, and he just hit the top of the ball. He is a little bit faster to swing. And that's why he can't take full power swings. You get yourself out ahead of the ball. But if you're just taking a contact swing, you're just controlled. He still has power in it, so he just hit the ball.
People on the Yankees,
not ripping it through the
Gallo
zone.
needs that one big hit so he can exhale. And a single here would make him feel so much better about things despite the numbers and the struggles. And he's had the opportunities, just hasn't been able to cash in.
One thing I'm glad about Gallo not leading off the third inning. That's a win at the very least. Way high, 1.5 high.
It's one of those things sometimes, Michael, where you get to a certain point of the season where you almost have to stop looking up there. Don't worry about the average, don't worry about the numbers, but almost start taking win every pitch mentality. Have a quality at bat. How many quality at bats can I string together? How many balls can I hit hard? Can I make sure I'm hunting pitches in my zone? Doing those little things will bring you back, and then you'll see your numbers slowly start to go. But if you're worrying about numbers, it's tough.
1-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
Why aren't you crushing that, Gallo? You freaking idiot.
For Blackburn, and Gallo leaves 2 Yankees on.
Okay, I'll use it. They put the @ sign on there. Okay, I'll use it. I wasn't that bad of an at bat from Gallo, but you have to hammer that pitch. And again, that's where he's not adjusting.
In keeping these businesses in the game, imagine what Lysol Pro Solutions can do for yours. Because there's only one true Lysol, a trusted standard for protection. Proud partner, Major League Baseball.
I mentioned that one, Ollie. It was about 2 weeks ago. The umpire called it about evenly 2 clutch calls, which gifted the Yankees the winning run. It's actually they got that one extra innings, ended up winning. It was a road game. But I tweeted about that about 2 weeks ago. Total 3 of them are that way. That's why, according to my projections, the Yankees would be 65-11 and instead of the 68-8. Really, I've added a few in there, adjusted it, and really I'm actually going to adjust it again. Looking at my metrics right now, to 64-12 is what the Yankees would be without the rookie. So the Yankees going to be to 60 wins before the All-Star break easy. Not worried about that.
Working securely on any device, anywhere. Plus,
You can check my tracker on TheKingSource.com.
worry about other things.
What is that?
Like, maybe it's time to give that sad,
spam.
cold, cosmic outcast a second chance.
They're talking about Pluto, if you haven't figured that out.
Inning number 3, I'm Justin Shackle, and earlier today, we heard some of the pitching plans from Yankees manager Aaron Boone.
Yes.
As his team
Sereno
continues
going
to
Thursday in
play
Houston.
games in 20 days. There were rumblings of J.P. Sears coming up to make a spot start, and that was confirmed earlier today by Aaron
Yeah,
Boone.
J.P. Sears in the dugout right now.
He will start tomorrow's game. Sears has a 1.83 ERA in 10 games over at AAA, 8 of those being starts. Jamison
got that scarf for
will close
concussion.
out the series on Wednesday afternoon, and then that one game
So
in
Gumby
Houston
up 1-0
will
hits for the
also
third
be
inning.
Garrett Cole
He
will
struggled
start
against
Friday.
Gumby big time.
Nestor Cortez will start Saturday. Those two games.
The next inning will be interesting with Judge and Rizzo homered off of Blackburn. Up bottom of this inning, I should say.
On the 4th of July, Aaron Boone hinted that
Ooh.
after that,
That was in the zone, but they called the strike on the check swing. I don't think he checked it. But that was in the zone. Was those hooking sliders where my mouth was in the zone when it got to the plate.
And they're keeping a close eye because there are pitchers that are flirting with numbers that they have either never seen or haven't seen.
Another one of those, but that one was
Severino
outside when it
used
got
to
to
be
the
a
plate.
workhorse before he got hurt, but now if he makes 32
Yeah,
starts,
Domingo
he's
Germán
gonna
is with the
numbers
Yankees
that
right now.
He hasn't seen in 3 years, and then there's Nestor Cortez Jr. This is his first real time getting the ball every 5
Just
days.
got some trade information on the Yankees. Stay alert.
100
To
innings,
drop it.
so they have to keep a close
Gallo
eye.
is involved in a current Yankees trade. Yankees have a legitimate offer and may pull him mid-game if it is completed. That is a big if as well. We'll see.
Where they're trying to monitor his pitch count and his usage along with Luis as well, because those are guys you're going to need down the stretch, and you don't want to burn guys out. We've seen guys in the past log a lot of innings during the season.
I would guess that is going to be for Reynolds or Castillo,
September, like they did early.
the Yankees' main targets.
Having guys
The Yankees really want Brian Reynolds.
come up and get those spot starts, and other guys,
And there are teams that love Gallo. Think they can fix him, by the way. In case you're wondering.
I asked the Yankee manager, Aaron Boone, would you consider going to a
2-2
six-man
count.
rotation? And he quickly said no. And I said, well, why? And he said, because there's a limit to how many people you carry in the bullpen. It's just 13 now. He said, so if I'm going to go to a 6-man, that's one less pitcher in the bullpen that I need. He said, so I'd rather have the extra guy in the bullpen.
Counted
and have a
explicitly
six-man
full.
rotation. And then when they want to give their starters a blow, they can plug in a 6th guy or have an opener, but he doesn't want to commit to it six men down the stretch or for the second half.
And that's a plus that the Yankees have. They have the best bullpen in baseball. So when you have guys like Michael King,
Inexplicable walk.
Holmes,
Gotta be kidding me.
Wise good bag.
Inexplicably bad walk there.
Give you length. So
Can't be walking these
that's
bums.
probably why Boone was so quick and apprehensive to have a 6-man rotation, because they have that depth in the bullpen.
Yeah, that's what the 13 pitcher cap is supposed to do, is ban,
One of the
basically,
reasons that Clark
6-man
Schmidt was sent
rotations.
down was to stretch him out. So if they do want to spot start him, and it's not burning out the bullpen in that one spot start, because Clark Schmidt is a starter by trade.
Yes, he is.
Just pitched so beautifully out of the bullpen that when he was sent down to Scranton,
Here's
it
the
wasn't because
weakest
of
hitter in
their
baseball, Tony
effectiveness,
Kemp.
because of how good he can be as a starter.
What that means is he has the least power of any player in the game.
First, getting back, he's out.
I didn't think they'd get him. Notice that umpire is moving. He's moving around to get a good look at the tag.
Two guys who definitely give you innings, not your typical, long guys of the past who don't have good stuff. These are both high-end guys with high-end stuff. So, like I said, it's just a plethora of riches for the Yankees when it comes to arms.
Now they do have a tough decision to make. Interesting effect. Because they have to get J.P. Sears on the roster. So what pitcher is going to go down?
I'm told one of the teams that wants Gallo is the Phillies.
Straight scoreless innings.
I don't know what they
Garnacho
would give
does
him.
have options left. Probably not fair because he's pitched so well, but they do have to make room. And then once Sears makes the start, then they probably...
I'm also told the Yankees have a massive offer on the table for Brian Reynolds.
But if you're a guy like Marinaccio, you're going to be back. I mean, he's pitched well here. He's gave the Yankees some really good innings, so he's a guy that you're definitely going to need.
Another guy you can think of is Banuelos, who hasn't pitched in a while, as you can see when you look at our bullpen budget, but he doesn't have options. So if you try to send him down, you could lose him. So that's another way they can go if they don't want to mess with Marinaccio, who's pitched so well. So even the team with the best record in baseball, they've got tough decisions to make.
The Royals want to trade Benintendi sooner than later, by the way. They're gauging offers.
Strike three.
There's a strikeout.
Down looking.
Told you he's a bad hitter.
Second strikeout for Montgomery.
And Monty's throwing some really good breaking balls today. You see this one just locking up Tony Kemp, getting that little buckle in the knees, freezing him right here. And this is just a good pitch. Not where he wanted it, but a great pitch, great location. Big strikeout for out one. Now one pitch away from being out of this inning.
I would be surprised if Jasmine is not in the offer for Reynolds. I'll say that.
And Chad Pinder.
Jose Rodriguez, 3 perfect innings for the FCL Yankees today. That's another strike.
Against Chad Pinder, was always in awe of how hard he hits the ball. He's another guy who has big time pop. Another guy who's given Oakland a lot of depth. He can play so many different positions. One of the last few remaining.
No, can't look at pitch could end this inning.
Oakland athletic squad.
I don't know why Pinder did DH. He's a power hitter. Not a weak hitter like Pinder.
Catcher. And pitcher was on that list until May 18th this year.
It's wild.
Where he pitched at the end of a blowout loss against the Twins.
Pinder got it.
Three
He's just
runs,
wildly
but
out of the
velocity,
zone.
Cameron, ranged from 43 miles an hour to 86.
I don't know. That's a huge difference right there. Maybe knuckleball 43. They have a knuckleball in there at 43, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Yankees have had a knuckleballer. It's been about 50 years since he pitched for me, but they had one.
He was involved in a scary
that telegraph
collision
pickoff
yesterday
move.
in Kansas City. He was in right field, and he ran into second baseman Jonah Bride, who's actually played well on a pop-up. They both walked off the field under their own power, but Bride's shoulder was banged up and had a cut on his nose that wouldn't stop bleeding, so that's why he's not playing today. I'm sure they've got it under control right now.
Pitch. That's a strike. Right down Broadway. Not sure what he's looking for. I just dropped my ball.
What was your worst outfield collision?
I'm not sure I had one.
Really?
I was one of my biggest fears as an outfielder was running into an opposing outfielder, so I was really...
Yeah, Yankees sending him his way to showcase him. He could go Castillo or Reynolds.
I mean, if I had to over-yell, I got it.
Bartolo Colon is talking to the Red Sox about a minor league deal as well.
One thing I always try to avoid was running into a fellow outfielder. I mean, soft contact, maybe a soft collision, but nothing.
Second source just confirmed.
I left my feet or
the talks.
ended up on the ground, so I was lucky throughout my career to not have to experience a bad collision.
One, two, swing and a miss. Pinder down on.
Now goes Pinder, and a good point made by the other source. Harper's out. They need a replacement for Harper. So keep that in mind.
A lot of success with his breaking ball in his career, but also during the season.
See
that's
here,
a pitch
okay.
that he goes to whenever he needs to get a big strike.
Gumby up to 4 strikeouts.
Going to that pitch.
Sitting
Chad Pinder down.
He's had 2 this innings. It should be 4 strikeouts. You're saying 3.
I was always too. When I played center field, I always had
Here's Betancourt.
Guys beside me who were not the most fleet of foot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty much like Cam. I've got the line and we got everything else. So I didn't really have to
This is one of the worst pickoff moves I've ever seen, especially with a lefty.
Guys are like,
drive me
I'm
nuts.
gonna worry about hitting.
And you also, let's be honest, you wanted to protect the moneymaker, your face. You knew you were going to TV.
I knew one day I was going to be up here beside you. do my best job.
Sean Murphy's the only hitter you're afraid of. Even he's been terrible this year. Hit worse than Trevino.
He was leading there, Allen was.
Telegraph pickoff move.
From the top of the third inning, it's 1-0 Yankees on the Rizzo first inning home run, his 20th home run of the year, 50th ribby. Ground ball in the hole. Long throw by Gonzalez, not in time.
Oh, I might review that.
So a single for Bethencourt as Allen moves to second.
And this, I think this is just a little bit of communication between Josh Donaldson and Marwin Gonzalez. I don't know if Marwin called him off, but I think this is a play that Josh needs to go ahead and cut that ball off and make that throw. But Christian Bethencourt, like I said, this guy is a great athlete, and you can watch him get up the line. I mean, a ball like this is going to be tough to beat him. Former catcher, a guy who has wheels. Watch him get up the line here. I mean, this is a guy who was a former catcher, pitched for a little bit, smooth, good speed. It's the reason why he's continuing to get an opportunity in the big leagues.
Makes up Loriano.
So first and second.
Is there a pitcher named Loriano?
And that brings up
Or is
number
it Cisco
3,
Loriano,
the
if I remember
right
right?
fielder, Ramon Loriano. Now, one thing that, in doing the research on the A's,
And that's what should have happened on DJ's ground ball.
They
start
just
the Yankees
can't
first.
finish it. But they're in
Hit the
games.
same
They
spot.
don't
I have
get
no
home
clue how the A's third baseman Pash got over that.
pitching and
Or
they hang
News.
around. But that's the difference
Got over
between
so
good
fast.
teams and bad teams. The bad teams can't close out games. They'll make that one mistake or give up that big run.
Close, but a better pickup move to second, but yeah, still not great. Come on, throw.
The 0-1. Drilled deep to left field. And that's off the top of the wall.
That did not get out.
Bethencourt will stop at third. It's
A's
an
blatantly
RBI
cheat to tie the
double
game.
And the game is tied at 1. That close to a 3-run home run.
How the crap does he even make contact with that? A's blatantly cheating to tie the game here. A's aren't going to score off any Yankee pitcher. That's way too far inside to have gone that far. That should have been caught.
Kind of watch his work out of the box. But this is a ball that with 2 outs off the bat, you know Aaron Hicks doesn't have a play. If you're Christian Bethencourt, as we talked about, the speed that he has, you got to run hard right there. You got to play the game right. And you see, these are little things, that get you in trouble when you're a struggling team. Just not running the bases right.
What are they reviewing? It clear as day did not get out.
Well, I'm so glad you brought that up. I looked up and I could not believe he had not scored. There's 2 outs. What are you holding up for? I mean, he should have scored standing up. Now, the umpires are just checking on their own to see if it was touched or if it hit off his chair, but you can see that's right off the top of the wall.
Again, these are the things, if you're Mark Kotsay, these are
Another issue with that is why is Hicks playing so far off the line?
the little things.
If he's playing 20 feet further over, he catches that easily.
He's jogging.
I mean, even Nick Allen is jogging. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, play the game right. These are the things that drive you crazy as a manager, as a coach. Play the game right, a hard 90.
A's blatantly cheat to tie it. They're not good enough to even get hits off any Yankee pitcher.
Starts with Nick Allen. He's jogging as if he expected his ball to be at the park. You have to play the game right until the umpires give you the sign, let you know it's a homer. But it's those little things that will eventually come back to haunt teams like Oakland Athletics.
I'm sure the third base coach, Darren Bush, is talking about it with him right now. And
Now 4-0 Jays, by the way.
Review, the call is confirmed. The ball was left in play. The runners are placed at second and third.
That's the most I've ever heard CB talk right there. All the years of having CB behind the plate on the field, I think I've ever heard him say a word. That's
not chatty?
I did not know his voice was the CB voice. All right. Hey, nice to meet you, CB Buckner.
Matt Blake talking to Gumby.
Now,
Maybe that's
we
a
talk
ped
about,
user
you know,
too, but
the A's, some
that
young
is
players,
suspicious.
but Bethencourt's not young. That's a 30-year-old player. That's a glaring mistake to be jogging around when you got to be busting it.
And a guy who's got
Here's Sean Murphy.
almost another life, another chance. When you get an opportunity to play at the big league level, you don't take it for granted. You play every game like it's your last.
With 2 outs, there's no excuse not to be pushing as fast as you can on the bases there.
Just an example of why they've struggled to win games.
So here's Sean Murphy.
Good pitch there. Swing and a miss.
0-1. Two outs, 1-1 game.
0-2.
0-2 on Sean Murphy.
Game should have been over like 10 pitches ago. Very suspicious inning.
And the 0-2. Line foul.
And Murphy hit that as if he knew it was coming. Sign stealing evidence right there.
You see that 0-2 breaking ball right there now where
That is fishy swing.
Didn't have
He looked completely horrendous on that same pitch first too. There's no way
so I know he got away with
he's hammering it that way.
Got away with one right there. See if he goes back to it.
Three hits, Yankees with two. It's a 1-1 game.
0-2, can't Gumby get out of it.
Hayes looking for more. And Murphy gets plunked.
That is not a hit by pitch by rule.
This time, Bethencourt decided to run.
When the ball hits the ground, it's a dead ball. It cannot be a hit by pitch by rule. So Murphy cheats his way on base. Gotta be kidding me.
To go back to that breaking ball. His last two pitches is losing his feel a little bit. The last one didn't get on top of it quite a bit.
This is an unbelievably suspicious inning.
Bearing into the dirt. Hitting hitting Murphy right there. This is a big out right here with Elvis Andrews coming up.
That means when it before the plate if it hits the dirt, like that, it bounces up hits the hitter. That's a dead ball. It's not hit by pitch.
Upstairs.
Is Gumby even trying? This is ridiculous. A's aren't going to have to touch him.
Let's see, good numbers with the bases loaded. Andrews stole a base after singling in the second inning. His 321st stolen base, and that makes him the active leader in the majors with that many stolen bases.
There's a strike.
Now, to put it into perspective, Ricky Henderson, the all-time leader, had 361 career steals in the first inning.
Yep, he played both these teams, by the way, A's and
That's
Yankees.
impressive.
Speaking of Ricky Henderson.
In the first inning, 361 bags.
When he wasn't leading off with a home run.
Ricky rally, that's what they call that.
That one is driven into the corner. That's going to be trouble.
And the A's blatantly cheated to take the lead. Holy fucking rigged.
Clear the bases. A double for Andrews. 3 RBIs, and it's 4-1 Oakland.
And it just seems like in this inning,
A's have to be stealing signs. They're not good enough to do this.
lost his curveball command right here.
This is literally impossible. There's no way for a veteran pitcher like this to lose command of anything or get touched in his own ballpark. This is straight up cheating by the A's.
Like a changeup, and Elvis able to stay back just enough to keep this ball fair.
Straight up cheating inning. Nothing legal about this bullshit. Gotta be kidding me.
The guy with 11
With that, I think I'm going to be done with the live part of this. My mouth is